and they may actually get their wish because there's a heavy stack toward that mid presence right now. Doji has been boosted into the vents from B. Adren, he's counter boost. And Dennis is going to go. Do they spot him? They do. Dennis turns around perfectly. Fox, he's going to come into Mo, but Doji is still alive and kicking, but only for a second. It's more like drowning when he was trying to kick forward. Getting one kill, but now the advantage firmly the way of Kinguin. Not if Angel can do anything about it, and Kutcher finding it brings it back to an even keel, but it's Angel left because that's traded by Rain, and Dennis, he'll do the double in the round. Bomb goes down as well just for a little bit of extra money for Dennis, but overall, it's 1-0 for Kinguin. Rather, I think that was Rain that planted the bomb, excuse me.
Really nice, solid execution into the middle area as well. They ran into the CT, 3 CTs waiting for them, but it was such a nice timed push from their boost area and out of the main entrance as well. They just completely shut down the CTs. First 2 frags found. I think they lost 1 at that point, but took down the middle area completely. There was 1 CT. It caused a little bit of trouble towards the end, but ultimately, very clean run from Kinguin, and that's a great one to continue the momentum going into the second map. You can see HellRaisers maybe learned some lessons from previous tournaments, not force buying here, getting Desert Eagles, making sure they have enough money to go in to the first gun round at least, and then it looks like a very simple execution. Maybe 1 smoke towards quad, and then coming out as a team for Kinguin now.
Walk through, but shut down. HellRaisers finding the 2 initial shots. Luckily, Michael has brought that back, and now with the scout, he'll tear the head straight off the shoulders of Angel. Perhaps Satanic. Almost Michael as Fox will now find Adren. And bomb's gone down, so things looking unlikely for Doja to do much, although he has put himself in a decent position on the flank and looks to get the exit. Not even allowed.
So, like I said before, CTs, as long as they play the cards right here, should be able to go into the first gun round with an AWP, get it on Mo. They know how much they rely on him to get those first frags. So I actually like this from HellRaisers, but I've always criticised them in the past of over-force buying, perhaps, and then not allowing themselves to actually get back into the game. But it seems like they're actually looking at the long game and not letting their fragging demons get the best of them. But let's see how this one goes down. You can see a full stack going towards the B-bomb site from them. 4 players over there, maybe 1 anchor towards the A-bomb site.
As Molotovs get thrown deeper and deeper toward that Z connector. Rain already looking toward Highway. So mid-established for Kinguin. What's the response going to be for HellRaisers? With the pistols still, they've stacked up B, but only with 3. They've got the others waiting it out in middle, and Rain's already secured both of those kills. What they haven't dealt with is Doja, who manages to find Michael. But that's all going to come to a crashing halt.
So we can see 2 SMGs remaining there. I think getting rid of the MAC-10 is obviously a wise investment for them. To Scream, you know, he may keep the MP7. No, he's not going to. Going full rifles here. I actually like that. T-side as well, and you've got so much money in the bank. Just guarantee this round. They know they probably have the advantage going into this one. Not loads of utility for the CTs. You can see only 1 incendiary from them. So Team Kinguin, if they want to do an execution here, will be in a very good position to do so. But it looks like something very fast coming in indeed. Going towards the A-bomb side, committing a lot of men. No one scouting on the map whatsoever. This could be a fast execute.
Well, speed's the name of it, but the problem is they've already got Kutcher boosted up inside A. They may not spot him. They've flashed. He's fully blind, but as soon as his vision returns, he's able to pick up 2, potentially more, and it's a 3rd. Kutcher, great spot for HellRaisers on the first gun round. It's left to poor lowly Michael. 1 versus 5, as the bomb is already secured in the possession of the CTs, and that A site locked down. They'll be weary of that boost every round moving forward, undoubtedly, as they swarm on Michael. He's going to repeat this with a nice, nifty little flash. Gives him 1 kill. He's desperate to hold on to the gun, but Michael does go down. Good call, though. Yep, Kutcher down to 15.
Yeah, so Kutcher getting that boost position nice and early. I assume they did the run boost getting up there, but look at this. They didn't even look at him whatsoever. So he got some nice, easy kills up there. Pretty simple for him. And when they realised it was too late, and he manages to pick up a nice 4-man. So that's a great response from HellRaisers. Good round for them to get into this series. And you can see Kinguin actually being forced to force buy. They've got Desert Eagle, Tech 9, 3 free rifles as well.
That was the weirdest bounce I've ever seen from a smoke. It looked like his teammate hit him, and it was going to miss the garage, and then it like nipped the edge of the hill and still went through. I like it. Maybe I'm crazy.
I missed it. I was looking at the other screen, so I can't even comment.
I was about to call that it was a fail, and then it still bounced in there. That's Fox Bob looking toward B. Dennis is over top of boost. Adren's just waiting in behind white right now. They've got a fairly passive hold on mid. Now he's going to go for the peek once he deploys a second smoke. A little bit deep inside the garage, though, so a chance potentially for a T to peek through that He uses the movements correctly, but Dennis waiting all the time, and every bit of it comes against him. Rather, excuse me, as Adren gets caught. Scouting out. Hasn't found his entry kills just yet. It's more been Michaelele that's finding the frags, but HellRaisers are responding in a much swifter fashion than what we saw on the previous map. Response frag from Mo brings it back to 4s, and he stays at quad. No, got to go in almost bare. The single smoke now gets deployed, and it might be enough for Michaelele to get close, but he's gone down, and Mo, what an unbelievable play. 4 in the round as he shuts them all down. The last one left, Mo with potential to ace. And he actually has the op staring down highway, so if Fox goes for this peak, we may in fact get that result. He's not. He's going to save it. There's no reason to walk out carelessly. There's only 2 seconds left.
Wow. Okay, so when you're in that position in AWP, getting 1 or 2 kills is normally, that's all you're good for. But look how he gets into this round. 3 kills. I think the last one was a no-scope as well. That was absolutely crazy. Quick scope then. But that's amazing how he can get that sort of... when you've got so much pressure against you, to find 3 kills in that position with an AWP is fantastic. And what a round for them to answer back with. And that's going to... Playing off him, trying to find a pick. But interesting enough, Kutch is getting a little bison out as well. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Considered the worst gun in the game by some people.
Pipi Bison is the best gun in the game. Please don't insult it.
Sorry.
It has 60
My
bullets.
mistake.
How could it possibly be bad?
It only takes 10 headshots as well to kill someone. It's pretty good, actually.
The bullet penetration does leave something to be desired. But most things, including penetration, do. As Angel's now going to take down Michaelele, and he'll just line them up. Angel with the hat trick. In fact, 4 in the round as he got the opening. It's 3-3. HellRaisers answer back, so much better approach to this game than what we saw. Once again for Kinguin, excuse me. This round, no op, though. So Michaelele limited to the AK.
Yeah, and Fox as well is going to be stuck on a Tech 9, so maybe they're the ones getting a little bit bullied now. And this is what I'm talking about. Mo can just define the rounds now. He's choosing the position he wants to go to. He'll be heading over. And that's a great start for them. 5 and 4 now, especially when they had the gun disadvantage. This is perfect. They just need to hold up now. And then Michaelele actually answers back with another frag. 5 on 3, and they have full mid control now. They just need to bide their time, work out what the rotations are going into, and then they can execute onto the site pretty comfortably. This is very good from Kinguin. Nice mid aggression.
By the fact that Adren is still looking for the peak. The problem is he's got more than a few against him. As Dennis and Rain comfortably inside now. Lob the nade out just to make sure there's no chance for a repeak. And in fact, the walls might crumble in on top of Adren. But he won't stick around to find out. Bombs inside the vents as well. They're looking to go toward B, and that might be the right call because Mo's rotated off of it. They've given that site up, and Mo, hearing a flashbang rattle off toward Checker, will now come back. Smoke's going to be late, or is it? Nope, Bloom's just in time. Toward the bomb platform, and that bomb will get in place. It's going to potentially be another round for Team Kinguin. In fact, yeah, already 3 members running away to save their weapons for HellRaisers.
It's pretty simple stuff from Kinguin, though. We saw a lot of it on Dust 2. Just facing together, making sure they utilize the AKs properly. Got the first 2 kills of the round, and what an amazing round it was to win as well. Nothing else needed after that. Get the bomb down. The good thing about what they did there was get those first 2 picks and control that mid area. The CTs had 0 vision at that stage, and they threw a really nice tactical smoke over the top of the skyboxes, landed on the A-bomb site, and that peeled a CT away from B. They had no one in there whatsoever. So at the time they arrived and got the bomb down, the CTs had no choice but to save. Mo had already fallen back to CT spawn. He came back for a little face, but they smoked off CT spawn perfectly just in time and locked him out of the round. So CTs will be able to save 3 guns here, and more importantly, save the AWP. But that is obviously great for Kinguin, boosts their economy once again, and they get back into the game and take the lead. 4-3 now. And we can see HellRaisers have got 3 rifles, and Dosi's got 6.1k. Hasn't bought yet. There it is. But Mo went to the B pick last time. Obviously didn't work out for him. The players went towards a completely different area of the map. He's going to change his mentality up a little bit now. He's going for the fast fade and A main, it looks like.
And does he get there in time? Mo's got the corner held. What's the response? Because they know they've given this up, Kinguin, and they know this is a common play. So the initial flash is thrown, but no counter peek. So that's map control potentially lost. They now can't toy with the A site. They leave it to Fox, who finds Dozia through the edge of the smoke. That was beautiful. As Dozia on the second entrance from Checker is already gone. Late smoke coming back out. Thrown from highway. Adren putting that in. But he's all that's left in middle. So Mo matter. Kinguin are finding other ways to use the map in their favor. Not if they can't deal with Angel, though, because he's now taking down Fox, and a missed throw from Dennis on that initial flash means he's got to deploy both utilities on the pick, and in fact, still almost blinded up himself, but good entry on B from Michael Lele. Evens the situation, but only just to drop down on the first and the second as well. Michael Lele gone. Dennis is on the flank. He's found one. But he's still going to come out from checkers and try and pick up that bomb. He's done that at least now, but if they time this accordingly, how does Mo even hit that?
No idea, but maybe a little bit of instinct from him. The best thing about that was Kutcher and CT spawn. He had to push through that smoke and find a kill. That's exactly what he did. Actually got 2 of them as well. So got them straight back into that round and locked it down completely. So that's an answer back for HellRaisers. You can see the money is really back and forth here. Both teams pretty fragile at this point, but Kinguin definitely on the back foot as they go in again with 4 rifles and Fox on the Tech 9. What were they able to do with this one? Last round they managed to find an entrance with the first pick in middle. Looks like they're going for that mid aggression again. Actually, maybe more towards A. Actually, the bomb's actually moved towards B storage. Rain pushing up in A main, seeing if he can find anything.
Kutcher's going to lob a nade. Doesn't really do anything to Dennis other than give him something pretty to look at. Fox looking at B. He's going to bounce this smoke. That'll limit his options as well, so I'm curious to see now where they're going to find map control because Rain's yet to find an opening. Kutcher's not really peeking from quad. Mozop has a very tight angle as well inside B tunnels. But Kutcher now looks getting perhaps a little bit impatient, wanting to know where they are. Why haven't they shown themselves at any position on this map? So HellRaisers have to go on a bit of a charge to figure it out. Now they're going to hear them. And it's good positioning from Adren, but the problem is it's such an awkward object to shoot through. The forklift blocking most of those bullets. He can't get the job done. Now he will, and Kutcher waiting all the time back at quad is able to pop out at a perfect moment. It comes back to Dennis at least with 1 response kill, but it might be too little too late as that bomb has been dropped inside the A site. And with 23 seconds left, not only does Dennis have to recover it, he's got to kill 4 people to do it.
Yeah,
and that's
pick or push the CTs back. It's very difficult to actually peel anyone away. And you go in with quite a simple execute like they did there. 1 smoke towards the forklift, 1 towards quad. They went out together like you saw. The kill didn't come in initially for the CT. We got some great info, rotated around the smoke, and they just synergized with each other, got the crossfire set up, and ultimately had a very easy cleanup on the round. Kinguin now going to be on a full EK. You can see some PT-50s and some Glocks there, but not really a lot they can do with this. Looks like they'll be boosting up to middle and seeing if they can find any sort of aggression, but Mo locks it down. He's just moving the AWP around every single round.
Not able to hit that second shot. It would have made such a difference as well to secure. Look at Angel. Taking a play from Mouse Sports. We saw how aggressive they were on this map earlier in the evening. Adren now going to close Michael Lele, and the pistols so far unable to do any damage whatsoever. But it's a matter of time for him. Doja knows he's got the bomb. Gets dinked up though. Man, Scream's aim. With a Glock. In motion. But 2 rounds, the largest lead HellRaisers have had all evening, in fact.
Absolutely. Well, this round goes without saying. This is actually an interesting buy from Kinguin. I made it suggested taking another one. You can see and I think on a T side of cash, it's so good, especially if you're taking mid control. You can flush out certain areas like sandbags and connectors as well. You can work out where the CTs are. Some molotoving off the vents as well is very important. But let's see where Mo's heading this time. He's going for that A main aggression again, and he may actually get some confrontation here. But the smokes will go down, and more mid control coming in from Kinguin. And they actually managed to get that first frag onto Angel. Good opening from them.
Mo's got the response though. That's Michael Lele, and where he was not involved in that initial fight. The HP that was lost in the exchange is still diminished on the board. As Doja again on this flank, lining it up. Perfectly played from Doja. Again, B tunnels given up, and Doja's going to close it out. Passively find a way to at least leave a player over there to negate that push.
Yeah, perfect response from him. As soon as they lost the mid control, Dosia was there in the flank, making sure he responded, and that's exactly what a CT team should be doing. As soon as you lose positional control of one area, you need to regain it somewhere else, and he did that and came right in the side and took them all out. And that's going to be quite a few rounds now. I think that's 4 in a row. And because they've put Kinguin in a very difficult spot, they've got no utilities to play with whatsoever. All 5 players heading towards the B site, it looks like. Potentially just going to be walking in through the smoke and hoping for the best.
Dozier just putting some shots through said smoke. See if he can find any damage, but the problem is should have read that one just a little bit better. This leaves Angel on the back of the smoke, gap in it, so he might be able to hit the second player that crosses, but importantly, the bomb is already near the site. Not yet being planted, though. They need the money from this. Rain has to get this down. Unfortunately, he will, but with fire and a nade on top. A marshmallow. That's Kutcher. Again, flanking. They're going to get pincered, as you like to say. Trapped inside the checkers, and it's checkmate, unfortunately. I do save for Michael.
Ooh, could have been
make
interesting.
That interesting, yeah, but they were holding the defuse, so.
Well, that's the best outcome Kinguin could have hoped for. They didn't really invest anything for that round. A couple of deagles, a PT-50, and no utility whatsoever. So getting a bomb down and 3 kills, that's fantastic for them. But HellRaisers now do win the half. It is slightly CT biased, this map. Someone would argue with that. I think it is definitely favoured towards the CTs. But now Michael finally gets the AWP out again. It's been a while since he pulled that out. But Mo, he's been really big on this map. He's got to be focusing on the middle area again. I think that's a very wise decision considering the mid presence that Kinguin has shown. But actually, looks like they're going to go towards A again this time. Rain going to be the point man. Smoke coming down and Adren pushing in as well. This could be quite a big frag. And down he goes. Michael takes care of it.
I saw that play try to be used by Mo when he held on to A main. It gave them so much control, but this time the response is much more swift. Doors open. Kutcher can potentially push forward and shut it just so he'll have the noise trigger if they try to go back toward A. Meanwhile, Michael, he still wants to spot what's going on through the edge of his smoke. That's been giving him an opportunity, not just an opportunity to peek the angles, but peek the angles with cover as he looks from one to the other. And now it's his turn to screen off the site. Molotov on forklift. It's going to be all in on this A site once they find a pick. They're still waiting for it. Michael spotting up. How does he not move? He stays in the same position, so Michael hits Mo on the second shot. And I'm surprised there wasn't a shuffle from Mo to get out of the sight, but he must not have been aware that initial shot went toward him at all. Meanwhile, Michael through the smoke, he finds Angel. What an excellent round from him, and over the top, it's just left to Kutcher. Scopes in, not able to spot him up, and he's desperate to hit this shot before falling off a red, and luckily he hits it on the third because Kutcher found Fox.
Yeah, that was getting a little bit awkward towards the end there. Missed a couple of shots, but manages to get the fourth just in the nick of time. Interesting what you said about Mo. He did actually overface that a little bit too much, staying in the same position, didn't move, allowed Michael to actually just pre-fire him and take him down. So, big round there. Kinguin finally getting back onto the scoreboard. You see that's the first in 5 that they've won. So that's one they needed to get the morale back in the team, work at what's going on, but didn't necessarily do anything that interesting. But that is interesting. Scream takes down the first headshot onto Adren and opens up the round. And that's what they're so good at, using that AK potential Scream has and is really shutting down Adren. I'm not really sure he knows what happened there.
And yeah, that's the thing. He got there so quickly. How would you know? He hit it on the first bullet and he was at mid before the smoke was even popped. So Kinguin with a slight response. They string together this second round. Things could fall apart for HellRaisers' economy. Angel's going to watch from Squeaky, or rather too Squeaky from Highway. From Russia with love. I don't think Angel is Russian. I think Angel's actually is Ukrainian. I could be wrong on that one too, though. The more you know, as Michael waiting for another careless peek on the CT side. He is going to spot it, but the flash will take it away from him, take that option, and limit it. Mo's also found a response kill while we were watching this unfold, and now Angel closing off this entry. Michael can't do what he did last round, but they don't account for the fact that Rain is pushed up underneath of Catwalk, so finding one more gives this a bit more of a push toward A, and Dennis finding Kutcher has the bomb up, and now Scream taking down Dozier, so the first kill, and now another hugely impactful kill in the round, means that Mo's got to rotate back towards Z, and he's got an op, so he will be able to close off the exit, but there's no need for an exit to happen. Scream's already going to be covering the initial take angle, and Dennis now peeks out. He's got the information, so how does Mo respond? Hold on to a gun. He's got an op still down behind him if he wanted to go back and switch for it, but he wants the round. It's round 14. They're going to force next time regardless. He might as well see if they can get this working for them. And Dennis has heard him come closer, and now Mo goes. But again, Mo, he's left his op at the bottom of middle, and he's not even going to have a chance to go get it if he wanted to.
Well, it's actually quite interesting. You look at the money in the CT camp. He could have done with saving that round because most of the team are on about $3,000. Mo will have enough to get the AWP. And he should be okay. Like, to be fair, on Cash, if he can just hold an area like B or something like that, he's got a decent spawn as well. Just going for that first pick, it shouldn't even have any bullets coming towards him as long as he hits his first shot. You can see him actually opting to hold towards the B area. That's actually pretty smart. He can do that by himself now, and he will have a first shot coming in for him. Will he be able to hit this one?
Smoke out, nade as well. Shot from Mo, successful. Michael gone down, so the glass cannon winning an op duel. We saw him winning that in the first gun round rather, on Dust, but Rain's already gone through to checker, so when Angel wants to retake from mid through the vents, he's spotted immediately because he comes in, and the second that popped, they turned their attention directly toward him. Gives Adren the second opportunity to come through more silently, but Rain's still waiting in the same position, and it's left to Doja. The halftime going to end 8-7. Kinguin, bit of an early stretch, answered immediately back, and then a response late to tie it back up.
Yeah, after that second round they won, I think they realised the economy would be pretty low for HellRaisers, and they went for a full-on rush B. No real tactical approach to that above, and let's just bail into the bomb site, see what happens. And obviously, like we said, Mo did get that first pick, but he got taken down straight away, and they swarmed the bomb site, and they're too strong. Once they get locked down and the bomb is set up, you need to be pretty special to be able to take down those guys. So, pretty good half from both teams, I'd say. Like, I think HellRaisers probably expected to get more rounds from that, considering the momentum they built up. But a nice comeback from Kinguin, considering they were down 5 rounds in a row to get 7 on the board, and considering we know how strong their CT setup can be. This is where they 15-0 VP on Cash on their CT side, so that's going to be a factor. And you can see 5 sets of armor for Kinguin as well. They're going for the frags here. They don't have many other options right now.
Michael aggressively towards Squeaky, going to wait on the front of the door, so if it opens, he'll be able to turn quickly. It's such a weird position to play, though, because you're so exposed from A main if that happens. Fortunately, it's not. They're going to go all on A main, 5 in fact. But they've already hit the first shot on Rain at quad, so Michael position becomes even harder to play, only picking up the first as Angel responds. Kutcher at 4, kill wait for the cross point from Dennis as soon as Dennis wants to get even near him. But Dennis spots his shoulder first, so he winning the duel means they've got a better chance at this retake. 3 versus 3, high HP as well, favoring Team Kinguin. But the only kit they carried is now hit the deck as Dennis drops down, and Adren is going to potentially do more Scream. Come on, use your aim right now if you ever needed it, because you've got a lot of players occupying turf that you're trying to defend. Unfortunately, his aim doesn't come to play. It's Adren who gets the better of him. As Fox, with not a lot of time, is going to go down. Good shot from Angel to close it.
Yeah, pretty simple execution from HellRaisers. Walked into the A storage area, ran out together, and made the frags happen for them. There was a crossfire from the CTs, but they weren't able to get rolling. That's the thing with the CT pistol. If you don't hit the first headshot and you start spraying your USP, it's very difficult to actually respond and get back into that round. But it was just a little bit too much for Kinguin there, and that's the first round going in favour of HellRaisers. You can see they've got the 2 Mac 10 players acting as the scouts. They can walk into the bomb sites, ascertain where the CTs are playing from, and then give the call for the rifles to come back them up from there. So that's going to be Angel working in first, and you can see the CT setup. They actually will be showing some aggression towards middle. That's going to be Rain with the CZ, seeing if he can do any damage. Actually does manage to do a decent amount to Adren.
Yeah, that CZ in that position. It's still good on a pistol round. It's the draw speed that just makes it slightly less favorable than what it used to be. No, Molotov off on forklift just to make sure no one's going to be hiding behind it. That gives Doja more encouragement to try and come through to the site. Less angles he has to worry about. Same goes for Mo. That's why Michael Ailey's gone down in behind quad. The repeat coming out from Dennis on highway. It looks okay until Doja's Mac 10 just continues to fire. Second one's a lot easier as they're up close. In fact, so is the third as the headshot comes through. That's actually from the AK of Adren, so it looked like it was our perspective. It was not. Scream on 3. 1, 2, 3. I was saying scream on 3. You're supposed to scream on 3.
Oh, right. You're doing one of your jokes again.
One of your jokes.
So just looking at the money there, we saw Michael Eddy not actually opting to buy anything. Suggests he's obviously get the AWP out. He's not getting the armor, which is a very sensible call. I like that. Some players can invest if they know they're going to be going to the first round, potentially no nades or potentially a FAMAS as well. But Michael Eddy will be taking the AWP next round. So a full eco this time from them. All 5 men on the silence USP. And I'm not really sure what they can do with this. I guess it's just working out how they're going to approach next round. Pretty simple, standard setup for them as well, not even going to stack anywhere. So if they manage to even get 1 kill, that'll be very good news for them.
What news doth he bringeth onto the A site? As Doja opens the door, Michael Ailey's boosted onto the rear box. So he sees just with his head, sees over top and into A main. Good nade out. That'll take down Dennis after the initial damage from Angel. Angel also getting onto Rain. It's all working out. Scream hitting a shot. No surprise. It is into the head. Where else could he possibly land a bullet? I don't think he knows what a body is. I want his hitboxes. Nice Doja. How many shots will it take toward the truck? Comical almost as Kutcher getting him behind Scream will take him down, and eventually Fox is going to have to die. Doja, he deserved it. He worked hard for that one.
Well, there's the one kill I was talking about. It did come to fruition. But now, Michael with the AWP, like I said, very wise choice for them to actually make sure they have this going into the first round. It's going to be very important. It can swing the round where it goes to. If you don't have an AWP player to get that first frag for you, it's very difficult to get back into the round. So he'll be opting to go towards A. Whether he goes aggressive, yet to be seen, but he's actually going to be there alone as well. He'll be boosting up and seeing what he can do with this. He's going to be boosting up on the top of quad, actually. Interesting.
Yeah, this is
unorthodox.
Yeah, very much so. May give him a bit of an advantage in the fact that they don't check it, and he's got a good angle for the first shot, but he has to fall immediately. And if he misses that first shot, I highly anticipate they'll push onto him very quickly. As we wait for Makalele to look for this shot, there is no smoke deterring it. I wonder if this would be an indication from the T side. Usually if there's a smoke out, you're not going to have an op in A, but where it's wide open like this, they should slow peek it to make sure they cover off the angle, and Adren is going to be the one to do so. Needs to be careful. Initial flash is over. Smoke, but he sees above it. Flash out. He was aimed perfectly, but he doesn't take the shot, and you thought he might. He is going to smartly extinguish the flame so he can keep his position in safety, but with this many smokes out, the AWP is less effective, so it comes to Rain, and that's a very aggressive play from Rain. I love what I see as he finds one, almost two, but not going to happen. Doja is going to turn that back. And Michael, I'm impressed that they got onto him that quickly because the smoke was surrounding him. He almost could just sit, go silent and survive, but they took over quad with good fashion. Still no bomb plant. That's the crucial thing here. And Dennis might disallow that a little bit longer as he gets another kill, but Adren's going to close the round.
So after seeing Michael in that position, you can obviously see why it's viable. Because once you're up there, when the smokes get dropped, you are able to see over the top of it and you get that first kill off. Unfortunately for him, he did get flashed and didn't pull the trigger in time. Got locked down, isolated at the back. Rain did try to come in and save the day, but that push was just too much for them. They didn't really have an answer back to it. And that's going to be the 12th round on the board for HellRaisers. And they're looking very strong right now. That's actually 4 in a row for them. And they get the 5 rifles set up now. Didn't even pick up the AWP. They've obviously got a very set game plan as to whether they want to take this one. But Dennis answers back onto Adren. CZ shot to the jugular as he